Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Today's energy, it is the lunar eclipse. So I am focusing on the lunar eclipse energy that is happening on March 3rd, 2026. But this is a timeless message. So if it's getting to you, it's for a reason. Perhaps there is like an energy of a lunar eclipse going on in your life right now. Um, if you're watching this when there's no eclipse happening, okay? But anyway, this is a really interesting eclipse. We just like got in the new lunar new year. So, and it is a lunar eclipse. So, a lot going on. Okay, so today's spread is the emotional turning points. And we are going to do 7 questions to explore a little bit what's going on, what you should know with this lunar eclipse energy. Okay, so the first question is what is reaching completion in your life? Wow. What an interesting energy here, guys. We got the Queen of Cups, and we also have the Empress. So I'm hearing a few things here. Remember, take only what resonates and leave what doesn't. With the Queen of Cups, I do feel here that there's a phase that perhaps you should overshare, overgive, that is ending. Okay, that's the phase that if you feel that you were a person that you should overgive, overshare in connections, I think like that type of energy reached to a completion in your life. And because we got the Empress as well, I don't remember if I already showed this, but I feel like you're ready to truly embody the Empress energy. I feel like um, when you reach this completion, you're actually going to be able to reach a more Empress energy that is this really healthy feminine energy. I This is such a good energy. So I feel like for most of you who are watching here, you perhaps were working in your feminine energy. I do feel there are some people here that is not quite yet in this energy of completion, but you are working in your feminine energy. So I feel like you need to keep going, okay? Um, because if you decide to watch this reading, it's probably like something so you can have like a taste of what's to come for you. At the top we have the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Cups. So I feel like this is like a truly moment of celebration for you, like this completion. I feel like for some of you guys, you truly should like celebrate it in a way. And at the bottom, we have the Tower. I feel that here it's almost like um even though I feel like that even like the towers, you're able to celebrate it. I feel like right now you are in a point in your life that mm, you can be grateful for the good and bad. Um, and yes, I'm getting this feeling that you are the type of person that celebrates the good and the bad. So like if there's something that makes you sad or something that you don't like or something like that, like you are in a phase in your life that you can see that it's happening for a reason, and you always trying to learn something. You're truly every single time trying to break every fucking foundation that is not meant for you. I'm feeling like I really like this determined energy here. That's really a good energy, guys. I like this for you. What emotional truth can no longer be avoided? Maybe you have some trouble looking at your emotions. What emotional truth can no longer be avoided? Page of Swords. So I do feel here that for a lot of people, it could be a lot about, not like really like trying to not say things, to avoid situations, I think like if you try to avoid situations that you need to speak out, that you need to like say things, um, it's done. That's something that you definitely shouldn't be avoiding anymore. But I do feel like there's a lot about communication, even though like we're talking about emotional truth, right? But I feel like um the truth needs to be spoken. So perhaps you may be having trouble, or you should have trouble to speak about your emotions, to like really, um, you know, speak about your emotions and speak out, you know, show your emotions with your voice. So I do feel like that's definitely like something that it's like, it's, it's done. Like you cannot like avoid this anymore. And then we also got the King of Swords, but again, it gives me more confirmation that is about your communication and of course your mindset. A lot of air energy here, right? Swords. So I do feel like for a lot of people here, actually, you guys have um this trouble, or you should have this trouble to speak your truth, to be able to say your truth in a kind way. Perhaps like you try to say things and things were never like felt quite right the way you say them. So I feel like here, like it is time for you to also understand your communication style so you can work on it, to be able to be a good communicator, to be able to truly be able to communicate your truth. We also got the Nine of Swords. I'm feeling here that there's something that happened recently that it really got into your head. I feel that you probably is a person that like a really anxious person. And again, another swords. So I feel there's a lot here about mindset, and what you truly believe and what you think you believe. And you may be like really anxious about the situation that you're having trouble to don't speak, but I feel like things are coming to surface. I think, like I said, like this no longer can be avoided. So even though you are in your head, it's like if you keep in this situation, you're going to like keep in this nightmare phase, like this like anxiety phase. At the top we have justice. So here with justice, I feel like things will start to feel more balanced as soon as you actually start speaking your truth, when you stop avoiding those things. I think like you're going to be able to see things in a more balanced way. And it's funny because justice also have a sword, right? So I feel like again, there's a lot here about communication, and I do feel like it's a lot about saying your truth, saying how you feel, and like expressing your emotions. And I feel here also that like as soon as you start like, I think like for some people, like because we got the tower before, I do like for some people, if you don't do it willingly, things will happen in your life to actually be able to do that. But at the bottom we have the chariot. So I feel like things will start getting balanced, and also start to speed up. It's interesting because this card, both of them, the back is yellow and the floor is blue. So I have this feeling that it's like they're walking kind of together. As long as they're walking together, like things balance, like things being fair, you're going to be able to pick a pace and keep walking the path that you're meant to. Hmm. Interesting, interesting. What attachment are you being asked to release? We've got Eight of Swords, more air energy. So what attachment are you being asked to release? There's definitely like things about limiting beliefs here that, it is time to let go of. It is time to understand what is limiting you right now, and what like attachments is actually keeping you stuck to don't really like move towards what you really want. At the bottom we have the King of Pentacles, because at the end is like you are creating your own prison. At the top of the King of Pentacles, I feel there's this energy that you kind of want to take on control of stuff, you know. You want to. So, interesting. For some people here, I think like you've been showing up as someone is stable when you're not really that stable. And I do feel like you have that confidence in you to do that. But King of Pentacles, sometimes it can be a little bit about someone greedy. And I do feel like here a little bit of that with money and material stuff. But I'm also feeling like with other stuff, with how you think about things, how like how you're how you feel, how you think. It's almost like you have this greedy towards that. You don't. It's almost like you don't want to share because you feel like people don't deserve your thoughts or emotions. That's quite an interesting energy here, guys. But I feel like that's the thing here. You're greedy towards like other things as well, not just money. I do feel like you can be a little bit greedy towards that too. But it's almost like you're greedy out as well, like, with your thoughts and emotions and time. And I'm not getting like in a good way though. Because I do understand like when you put your energy where you truly think it's worth it, right? But here I'm getting the energy. No, I'm not going to put my energy there because I don't think that person deserves this. It's like you're not seeing like the good for you. You just think the other person like doesn't deserve it. It's different energy. We also have this Seven of Wands, so I do feel like a lot of this protective energy. This energy of like you're trying to protect yourself. I'm hearing here that for some of you it could be like the inner child you're trying to protect. Something for some of you, I feel like you're trying to protect perhaps your career, perhaps you have a business, and something in the past happened that you kind of lost money and that kind of stuff, and you're being really protective towards that. Your thoughts as well, like perhaps like you don't really want to share your ideas because you're scared that someone is going to steal it, and the feelings as well, because perhaps you think that someone will hurt you. Okay, so there's a lot of this like protective energy here that like I feel that you don't really let anyone in, but you're the one creating this prison yourself. You're not letting people in. You're creating this belief that people don't deserve, that people will hurt you, that people will steal from you. So that's you creating it, because not everyone is the same. Of course, that can happen, but it doesn't mean that everyone will do that just because it happened at some point in your life in the past. What lesson has this cycle taught you? What lesson has this cycle taught you? We got Five of Pentacles. I'm getting an energy here of like, okay, I'll tell you guys the other cards too because it kind of follows up the thought. The Chariot on the top again. So like we have a lot of this energy of picking a path and picking a pace. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom. So I here with these cards, I feel like it's almost like what lesson has the cycle taught you that even that you're sad, you can keep going. It doesn't mean things are totally like over or done or like it's the end of everything. I feel like here you even like when you're in a phase where things it doesn't look favorable, as long as you keep picking your path, is as long choosing your path, as long as you keep picking like like a pace, no like um you're always going to be walking towards abundance. I just feel like here is showing you this that whatever situation you're getting into, it just feels like you need to remember that you need to keep going and considering that you always keep going, always choosing your path, like of course your true path, like the one that's more authentic to you. You'll always be walking towards abundance. You're always going to be walking towards what is meant for you. What new emotional standard are you stepping into? Okay, what new emotional standard are you stepping into? First card, Ten of Cups. So you are stepping into like, and it's interesting, like emotional standard. Like I'm hearing here, like you're understanding what you deserve to have, to receive, and also to give. But yes, like I feel like you're getting to understanding like what you truly want, especially like in a more emotional way. We also got this Six of Cups. So I feel like here you're also getting what your inner child needs. Okay, so I feel like you are setting new standards with your inner child. I do feel like here that probably there's a lot of healing that you've been doing that it's focused on your inner child, that things is going to get a little bit smoother. You know, it's almost like I feel that the hardest part you've been through for now, like already, so like now you're almost like trying to understand with your inner child how to actually work together. Interesting. We also have the Page of Swords again. And here I'm getting a lot of this energy of like um a lot of your inner child actually, like trying to talk to your inner child and trying to listen to your inner child. Mm. Your inner child, like learning how to talk to you and how to listen to you. And then we got the Two of Pentacles, that I'm getting like this energy of your inner child and you trying to learn with each other, trying to understand what is the best for both of you, what you both can do. Like I feel like there's this balance energy between you two trying to really work as a team now, really work together to get to this emotional fulfillment, to this happy ending card. And then at the top, we have the Fool. So then, of course, here I feel there's this energy of definitely like something new um, happening, something new in the horizon. I feel like here is this energy of like really like a fresh start. You perhaps will feel that you are kind of like a different person, totally, you know, with this energy. And then we also have the Magician at the bottom. So here I feel like you have everything you need right now to make things work for you. Okay, so it is probably like a good time. So if you're watching this when the eclipse is happening, um, do not work with rituals and manifestations specifically in that day. Okay. Uh, but this is the standard that you're stepping into. So like I feel like you're stepping into this phase where you're actually going to be able to truly manifest what you really want. And that's why there's really this new beginning, new like fresh start feeling. And also I feel there's some manifestations like coming to fruition for you, like you're going to be probably more of your manifestations um happening around you. what support's available during this release? Support that is available during this release. We got the Hierophant. What is an interesting card when we're talking about support? So maybe you are looking for you're looking like to perhaps like learn something and get more committed to a practice or ritual or even a career itself. But I feel like I get this like commitment with yourself energy that you're going to like try to learn things. So I do feel here like everything that you've learned so far is going to help you during this release. But I do feel like you should like keep like working on it. You know, you should like keep learning. You should keep like looking for people that you truly admire and that you respect and that you see see like how they've built their life, you know. At the top we have King of Swords again, and at the bottom Five of Swords, again a lot of air energy. So with these two cards I feel like as long as you're talking, as long as you're being able to to actually express it, you know, I think you're going to be able to receive the support because you don't want to like shut down now. You don't want to be stuck in an energy where you're not really um I'm hearing something just a moment. I've heard like you're not really winning um because perhaps like it's going to be a phase when you're releasing where you're not gonna see rewards, right? um and that's okay. So I feel like there's this period of maybe like you have to wait and be patient, to don't self-sabotage something that it's coming, you know. But you need to understand that it's just like a releasing phase, and you should like respect the timing. If it is time to release, respect the time to release. After the release there's going to be a part like a phase of receiving, okay? But you should truly be in this release phase though. And who you become after this eclipse. Okay, wow. The first one is Nine of Wands. So, with the Nine of Wands, I feel here that you are becoming someone more resilient for sure. I feel like you're going to be able to see things clearly. When I mean that is like if there's any like thing that you need to heal, any burden that you notice, that you acknowledge that that you notice that you have it, I think it's going to be easier for you to acknowledge it and to actually work on it. We also got the Ten of Swords. What I feel here that you're going to become a person who's changed your mindset so much that you're truly going to just let things go in the past. Like I think like you're leaving this anxiety, this self-sabotage, these fears that you have in the past. And you're not going, and also we got Seven of Cups. So here it's funny because this is a card about like, choices, like being confused, and I feel like you're not going to be confused. It's like you're going to be so resilient. They're going to be able to see clearly your burdens. You're going to see clearly about your mindset and let it go of things, and you're going to be able to see clearly the options in front of you. And even though you have options in front of you, it's not going to be confusing. It's not going to be full of anxiety and self-sabotage and doubts, you know, um, or like a lot of protective energies. Like you're going to actually be able to see things clearly. At the top, we have the Six of Cups again, and at the bottom, King of Cups. So we do have like a match of energy here, right? Because we got the Queen of Cups earlier, and we also got the Six of Cups. I don't remember if they were together. I don't think so, right? Um, but yeah, so like the Six of Cups, again, I'm getting a lot of this inner child energy, okay, that you're going to be able to work better with your inner child and with the King of Cups. We started, right? The first card was that's so interesting, right? Because the first card was the Queen of Cups, and then now the last card is the King of Cups. So I feel like you're going to truly like be closing a full cycle, you know, and you're truly going to be able to control your emotions, to like truly like be more emotionally mature. Because like at the beginning we said that you would be able to stop like overgiving, right? If you were and oversharing and that kind of stuff. To here, right? The person that you become, it is someone more emotionally intelligent, like emotionally stable. And that's beautiful, guys, because like it's truly like got into like a full cycle. I feel like it. Wow, I really like this energy for you guys. This is a really interesting reading. To close the reading, I am going to get you an oracle message. Okay, let's see what's the message for you today. Okay, warning percent number 9. I'm trying to find a way here. Yeah. Liminal psychic transition. The warning crescent card is a magical card indeed, indicating a time for psychic visions, prophetic dreams, and spooky experiences. It is a liminal time as the moon makes the journey from the end of the current cycle towards the next. Therefore, it suggests a time of transition. It is a period of leaving the past behind, but taking the lessons learned with you as you move forward into a new phase in your life with greater wisdom than you had before. This is a time of healing and magic, of dream work and self reflection. When you put this card, it can mean that you are still feeling the pain of old wounds and scars, that you are not yet fully healed. So be gentle with yourself. A paper cut takes seconds to inflict, but days to heal. Give yourself the time needed to get over any old injury, be this physical or emotional, and take positive steps, such as counseling towards better mental health and emotional intelligence. This card is also one of a strong enchantment, and you and if you put a ugh, and if you pull it as your personal card, it would suggest that you have an infinity for magic and spellcasting. The one in crescent has very protective energies, so know that you are guarded on your magical path. Um, really cool energy, especially like for eclipse season. Yes, guys. So this is the reading for you, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.